SAUTI on Africa headline: Strong Men or Strong Institutions, an African vision aligned with Pan-Africanism. The debate over whether Africa needs strong men or strong institutions for sustainable development is both profound and deeply rooted in its historical and cultural context. From a Pan-Africanist perspective, which champions African unity, sovereignty, and economic independence, progress lies in building robust institutions alongside ethical, visionary leadership. As Kwame Nkrumah once asserted, Africa must unite or perish. We must organize ourselves into a framework of political and economic cooperation. Origins and traditions: the role of community leadership. African societies are inherently community-oriented, with leadership by chiefs and elders serving as guardians of social harmony and conflict resolution. While this structure has been adapted to strengthen modern governance, the transition has not always been smooth. Leaders like Nkrumah and Julius Nyerere took on near-messianic roles, striving to unify and modernize their countries. However, the failure to consolidate independent institutions exposed the limitations of such centralized approaches. Many African nations have historically relied on strong leaders but encountered significant challenges following their departure. This underscores the importance of balance, as illustrated by João Lourenço, President of Angola. We cannot build a strong country without ensuring institutions that serve the people and promote justice for all. Strong men, limitations and governance challenges. Leaders like Thomas Sankara and Paul Kagame have demonstrated that rapid decisions can lay a solid foundation for development. However, when such leadership does not foster participatory processes and solid institutions, achievements are vulnerable to setbacks. Africa has seen regimes crumble due to the weakening of institutions by personalistic rulers, as was the case in Libya and Zimbabwe. Nelson Mandela, guiding South Africa's democratic transition, exemplified how ethical leadership can empower institutions to ensure sustainable governance. The greatest glory in life is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Strong institutions, the pillar of Pan-African development. In line with Pan-Africanist ideals, true sovereignty is achieved through strong, independent institutions that operate beyond individual will. Countries like Botswana and Cape Verde have achieved economic stability and effective governance through inclusive public policies and efficient administration. Similarly, Angola, under Lourenço, has focused on strengthening financial institutions and combating corruption, aligning with these ideals. In Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta modernized infrastructure and promoted regional integration, highlighting the role of institutional cohesion. The strength of our nation lies in the unity of our institutions and respect for democratic rules. The African Union, AU, and regional blocs such as SADC and ECOWAS reinforce the goal of continental integration and economic cooperation. These institutions embody the belief that unity is essential for addressing global challenges like climate change and food security. Strong men and strong institutions, a harmonized path. African development should not be a choice between strong men or strong institutions, but rather a harmonious integration of responsible leadership and resilient institutions. Countries like Ghana, Rwanda, Namibia, and Angola demonstrate that combining these two elements is both possible and essential for sustainable progress. Kagame, for instance, centralized power to stabilize Rwanda while simultaneously building institutions to ensure continuity. The role of women in leadership is equally critical, with women holding strategic positions in politics and the economy, contributing to social and economic transformation across the continent. Sovereignty, unity, and sustainability. Africa's true progress must align with the principles of Pan-Africanism, emphasizing unity, sovereignty, and sustainable development. This requires building inclusive and transparent institutions while fostering leadership committed to social justice. Strong men may serve their purpose during transitions, but it is strong institutions that guarantee long-term stability and prosperity. Only through synergy between leadership and institutions can Africa achieve shared prosperity and self-sufficiency, as envisioned by Pan-Africanism's ideals of unity and self-determination.